Ani Art Academies is where aspiring artists, many from impoverished areas, receive an education unlike any other in the world. Meg Oliver joins us now to take us inside the Dominican Republic school. Good morning, Meg.
Good morning, Dana. The nonprofit program is not only teaching art, but changing the students' lives in ways they never could have imagined.
With every stroke of charcoal, Patricia Alonso Diaz strives to tell a story through her art.
It's the connection that the girl has with the nature, you know.
Patricia spends 35 hours a week mastering her craft in an unexpected school. Tucked away in the hills of Rio San Juan and surrounded by a lush garden is Ani Art Academy.
When you started, you could just draw lines?
Yes, I used to do drawing, but just like simple lines, you know, without moments about light and shadows, and now I can do this.
The Academy offers locals from impoverished areas a 3-year art education and daily lunch completely free of charge.
I was like surprised to have this opportunity in this country, you know.
It's all part of Ani Private Luxury Resorts, a collection of rare hideaways in some of the most beautiful and far-flung corners of the world. From Anguilla and Thailand to Sri Lanka, and here in the Dominican Republic. The profits from the resorts are used to fund the schools. The resorts serve as galleries for the students, some art selling for as much as $5,000 to $8,000. That commission is theirs to keep. Life-changing in a country where the minimum wage is less than $15 a day. More than 20% of Dominicans live in poverty. Unemployment rates have averaged 5.5% for the past decade.
So I use 3 brushes for this exercise.
Maxwell Miller is the Dean of Art at the Academy in the Dominican Republic.
We start very simply from how to draw lines accurately.
All of the schools teach the same Huachulas art curriculum.
The program is based on deliberate practice and automaticity. What that means is that we're doing a lot of repetitions. Through those repetitions, you end up learning this muscle memory so that you feel something, you hear perhaps the way that the pencil skitters across the page. And instead of thinking about how I can create these beautiful gradations, this incredible artwork, your hand does it for you.
The simple one, which is essentially perfect.
The brainchild behind the academies.
Hey, bud, how you doing?
Is Tim Reynolds, a wealthy investor and philanthropist from New Jersey.
Yeah. I always had this passion to earn enough to build schools.
That desire to build schools transformed into art academies after he became a paraplegic in a car accident 25 years ago.
You always wanted to give back.
Well, I just feel really sad when I see how much suffering there is. Education is the best way, I think, to solve that. And art education is special. Nice to meet you.
After his accident, Reynolds hired art teacher Tim John for private lessons.
Were your art classes a form of therapy for him?
I believe so. I believe he was looking for something to pursue that he was passionate about, that would allow him to spend a very long portion of his life pursuing that.
A passion he wanted to share in poverty-stricken areas. There are now 6 academies all over the world.
How are you changing their lives with this education?
So all of our students, all of our graduates have some significant financial impact being here and studying here, and the artwork that comes out of here. Everything from commissions to just doing finished work, selling them in galleries. In fact, one of our graduates, Frelo Lantigua, has built his entire home. He is building it one piece at a time, specifically off of the sales of commissions.
People ask me, are you upset about income inequality? And my answer is not that much. But I'm really, really upset, like angry upset, about opportunity inequality.
Apprentices need wonderful things on their resume.
In addition to molding artists, Academy teachers also want students to learn how to communicate through art.
For me as a child, I didn't come from means. I was fortunate enough to work in a gallery that taught me how to communicate how to communicate with people with wealth. And when I see my boys and girls, they don't know that. They don't realize how far of a chasm they have to go from where they are to where they need to be.
At the Arte San Ramon Gallery, artwork from 16 students in the DR were on display in November, including this charcoal and pastel on paper by Patricia, titled Behind the Eyes.
You have like a connection with the horse when you see it directly and comes to you. I don't know if you feel it when you saw it, but that's what I wanted to transmit.
The 30-year-old married mom also works on the weekends to help her husband, a local fisherman, pay the bills. After graduation, she wants to teach art full-time.
Now that you're selling your artwork, how has it changed your life?
Yes, it changed a lot because I have the opportunity to have the pace of my life. For example, my baby, a better life, my life too. I can help my parents too, my family. So it changed a lot for me.
Reynolds hopes to continue changing lives through art for years to come.
Everybody I know that was born in a developing country says to me, like, hey, you should build one of these in Cuba or Tanzania or, whatever. It's like the demand is there.
Are you just getting started?
I'm just getting started. But there's a lot I have to get better at, and we are.
There are only a few requirements to get in. Students must be 18 years old, highly committed to learning, and have citizenship in the region, but no portfolio is necessary. Some of the graduates become very successful. Kevin Lugo, for instance, from the DR Academy, painted on the Lost City movie set in 2022. Others have gone on to illustrate medical textbooks, and some even own art galleries in New York City.
The idea that they can start knowing
Nothing.
nothing.
And 35 hours a week. I mean, you have to be highly committed to this. A lot of these students are then working on the weekends to help support their families.
But seeing the difference that, as you said, one sale, what that can make, $15 a day, the minimum wage, their average, unbelievable. Meg, really good story.